Okay, first and foremost, I want to apologize for my lack of production value of my video. I am going to replace the fire pot and the igniter with a new ceramic igniter, and in my Rec Tec 680. And what I did was I vacuumed out everything beforehand just to kind of keep things clean. Vacuumed out the fire pot and everything, and I took out the 4 screws, which have an Allen head wrench on it. And people were saying that these are breaking off when they take them off. I just feel that if you maybe just turn them like really slowly. I could be wrong, but I turned them like very slowly. I didn't force them out. I didn't jerk on it or anything to get them out to come quickly. So they came out. They didn't break off. And now what I'm looking at is the fire pot, which I actually was going to go and disconnect the wires first, but I figured this was closer to me. I didn't have to turn the grill around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in the back and I'm going to unplug the wires so I can pull it out. Okay, hold on. So now I turn the grill around and I'm going to take out these 2 screws. So it's going to take off this whole back thing so I can get at the wires. So those 2 Phillips screws. Off the back, I took off the back of the grill, and you got a couple of fans here. You got one there, you got one here. And this black and white striped wire is the one which everything was tucked up under here. There's like a clip, so you lift it up out and you bring it down, and then there's zip ties around everything. But this is the one we got to take out, and you notice that there's a clip that's hanging in there. So I'm going to take it off of there. I'm going to cut that off and I'll start this up. Okay, so after I cut off the wires, I actually cut the end plug off, which is this right here. Ugh. I cut this end off of the igniter wires because they actually send a new one with it, and there's a hole down here, a rubber hole, which actually goes straight to the fire pot. So what I got is a hanger here that I got a pair of pliers, and I bent the tip to make a little hook. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick it in there, and I believe it should end up right at the fire pot over there. Okay, so let's go around here. And there it is right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook. I could probably do one at a time, but I'm going to hook these wires that are bare on there, and I'm just going to hook it in there, and I'm going to pull it back through. So I was able to pull the wires through. Now they're up and out of the way. And they're not touching this fan down here either, which is a fan underneath here that you got to be careful with. So make sure the wires aren't touching that fan. Pull them snug, and then I'm gonna zip tie them back to here. And I've got this plug, a new one, that those wire ends are just gonna plug straight into those. They're gonna snap right in. Okay, and I'm just going to put it all back together and it should work. So that wasn't that hard. Actually, the only thing that would have made it easier would have been a longer hanger with a hook on it. But I probably could have pulled both wires through, but I just pulled one at a time. So that's it. I'll show what it looks like when it's fired up. Okay, so now I zip tied that bundle together and I started to wire it, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire this up. So let me plug it in and make sure everything's running perfectly. There's no nothing getting in the way or fans or anything, which I don't believe there is. I checked to make sure that it wasn't touching, so I think I can see from here. There's it right there, so I got to pull that tight, and that's what I have. I pulled it tight in here and pulled it to that zip tie, and it kept it all the way away from that fan. So let me put the power to this and turn it on. And here it goes. I'm going to start it up. Okay, pellets in there because I'm just going to let it do its thing. And also, I got a bunch of junk on top of the pellet hopper because this is where my tools are. So it's going to fill it up. I'm going to let it do it on its own, and hopefully it actually works. That would be nice. And if not, I suck. I see it already glowing, so I know it's working. See that glow? So I know it's going to work, but I'm going to let it do its thing. Check and make sure both fans are running. Yep, the fan underneath is blowing. That's going. And this one, I guess, turns on intermittently. And that igniter's on, and the pellets are going in. So as soon as it gets some pellets in front of it, those are going to burst into flames, from what I'm to understand. I'm already starting to kind of smell something. That other fan only turns on when the auger spins. I guess I learned that just now. Shortly. Now this is riveting. Maybe I should have put a little handful of pellets in there, but you know, hey, I want to see this sucker do it on its own. actually going to close up the back. And everything is working now. So I'm going to put it all back together. Thanks for watching. Hope this helps. By the way, when I put the fire pod back in, the plate that rests on top was kind of sticking away, but what I did is I put it in one bolt, tightened it down a little bit, put it in another bolt, tightened it just a little bit, and then I started tightening all down like in a diagonal pattern just to kind of snug it down. So that's about it.